Hello Cowboys Nation, welcome to another video, and without further ado, let's get to another round of news from America's team. Cowboys dinged for rough offseason by ESPN. The Dallas Cowboys were one of the most disappointing teams in the NFL last season. A season-ending injury to Dak Prescott contributed to the Cowboys only winning 7 games and missing the playoffs. Hopefully the Cowboys can turn over a new leaf under new head coach Brian Schottenheimer. ESPN's Seth Walder released an article on Thursday grading each team's offseason. Walder was not kind to Dallas, giving them a C grade. Walder was critical of many of the moves the Cowboys made this offseason. He also seemed to take issue with the Cowboys being quiet during NFL free agency. True to typical form, the Cowboys didn't make any major free agent splashes. Their big move came when they acquired Pickens and a 2027 sixth-round pick from the Steelers in exchange for a 2026 third-round pick and a 2027 fifth-round pick. Walters noted that the move he disliked the most was letting Rico Dowdle walk in free agency. He also did not approve of Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders as suitable replacements. Dallas running back situation is uninspiring, Walder explained. Dowdle left for Carolina for under $3 million despite a very good 2024 season. In his stead, the Cowboys brought in Williams, who had -84 rush yards over expectation in 2024, per NFL Next Gen Stats, and Sanders, -44. Dallas also drafted Jaden Blue in round 5. But the Cowboys did get a few moves right. Walder praised the Cowboys for taking a shot on wide receiver George Pickens, who they traded for back in May. On paper, it's a perfect move. Pickens not only fills a major need, a second wide receiver, but fits perfectly with CeeDee Lamb, Walder wrote. Pickens is an outside, downfield threat who has been superb in contest catch situations, which pairs nicely with Lamb, who can play both inside and out. He did caution Dallas against signing up for a long-term commitment to Pickens. But he could be a valuable tool for the 2025 season. This could be a reasonable one-year play for the Cowboys, which could result in a compensatory pick if Pickens walks in free agency next year, but I would be wary of signing him to a long-term deal, Walder added. Walder also loved the Cowboys extending defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa to an $80 million contract. Dallas' big money move was re-signing defensive tackle Osa Odighizuwa, who agreed to a 4-year deal averaging $20 million per year with $39 million fully guaranteed, per overtcap.com, Walder concluded. That's not unreasonable in a hot defensive tackle market. Odighizuwa ranked 4th in pass rush win rate at defensive tackle in 2023, though he dropped to 11th in 2024. The Cowboys did not have a perfect offseason, but there is plenty of hope for the future of the franchise. Cowboys free agent signee tabbed as team's biggest bust of 2025 season. The Dallas Cowboys bucked tradition by looking outside of the franchise for additions during NFL free agency, completely revamping the running back room with the additions of veterans Miles Sanders and Javonte Williams. Dallas also added Jaden Blue and Phil Mafah during the 2025 NFL Draft, suddenly creating a logjam at the position. While Williams has been considered the favorite to win the starting job entering the season, Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox doesn't think it will pay off. Knox predicted Williams will lose carries early on during the 2025 campaign, making him the team's biggest bust of the season. This offseason, the Cowboys added former Broncos running back Javonte Williams to help reload their rushing attack. While Williams' 1-year, $3 million deal is modest, he's still largely expected to open the season as running back 1, Knox wrote. However, fantasy fans, in particular, should probably lower their expectations for the 25-year-old. Williams hasn't been an explosive back since his 2022 ACL tear, and he's likely to cede touches to Miles Sanders, Deuce Vaughn, and rookie Jaden Blue early and often. Dallas rushing attack ranked number 30 in the league a year ago, but the team's offseason moves and the coaching staff have indicated a renewed focus on moving the ball on the ground. There will definitely be opportunities for Williams to make an impact on the field, so it's up to Williams to prove the doubters wrong. Cowboys named perfect landing spot for surprising free agent, and it's genius. In what has to be considered one of their busiest off-seasons in recent memory, the Dallas Cowboys have filled plenty of their biggest holes on both sides of the ball over the past few months. That said, however, one need Jerry Jones and company haven't really addressed is replacing nickel cornerback Jordan Lewis, who left America's team after 8 years to sign a 3-year, $30 million deal with the Jacksonville Jaguars pretty much the moment free agency began back in March. However, despite training camp being mere weeks away, the Cowboys still have an option at their disposal in this regard. One Bleacher Report's Matt Holder believes would be a phenomenal fit in Big D, that being veteran Mike Hilton, whom he called one of the most surprising players still available. Adding Hilton could keep Darren Bland on the boundary while allowing the Cowboys to be patient with Trayvon Diggs and rookie Siobhan Revel Jr. as both recover from torn ACLs, Holder wrote. Cowboys need to sign cornerback Mike Hilton before it's too late. That's a pretty spot-on assessment, and this is undoubtedly a move the Cowboys should make, especially seeing as how Hilton is extremely affordable and would assist the Dallas defense in fixing arguably its biggest problem from a season ago. Over the course of his 8-year career with the Pittsburgh Steelers and Cincinnati Bengals, Hilton has never had the numbers to be considered a superstar but has been a consistent and reliable presence to a defensive unit. Yes, he can be a little inconsistent at times in pass coverage but still has 13 interceptions and 56 passes defended to his name. But he's long had a reputation for being one of the best at his position against the run. And the fact that his 91.7 run defense grade last season ranked first among all NFL cornerbacks is really all the proof you need in that regard. Dallas was one of the worst teams against the run in 2024, allowing the fourth most yards per game on the ground at 137.1, so the veteran would obviously help Matt Eberflus' unit in that department. Throw in the fact that Hilton has recorded 12 tackles for loss in each of the last 2 seasons, and the argument only gets stronger. As Holder points out, one thing that could be scaring teams off is Hilton's age, as he turned 31 back on March 9th. But the easy way to counter that is to just sign him to a 1-year deal and see what happens. And it's not as if it would take all that much money, especially given where we are on the calendar.